Welcome back to another episode of Hogwarts Legacy. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault, and we are in the ceremony where the sorting hat determines which house we get. Let's cue up the music, and then we'll answer the question. Alright, so he says we've come here with preferences and preconceptions, certain expectations.
I'm looking forward to exploring
explore.
Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit, but your professors have a great deal to teach you as well. Interesting. You've recently learned that you possess a rare ability. I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power. Perhaps you belong in Slytherin.
Perhaps I do. Alright, well, we'll take the house.
You belong in Slytherin!
Yeah, get a little upgrade on the outfit.
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled. Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether, but don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you.
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying,
Simon Pegg does lose himself in that role.
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way. It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. It may be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I can be quite resourceful.
I suspected as much. This is the entrance to the Slytherin common room. In order to enter, one must simply speak the correct password. Aspiration.
Very well. Aspiration.
There we go.
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
Okay. Yeah, they really brought it all to life, didn't they?
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
Alright, we'll grab an apple on the way out. More dorms. What do we got here? Ooh, a chest. Level 1 lock. Okay. Wonder if any of these have anything I can pilfer. I know, that's not very nice of me, but, you know, I'm going for the evil, wicked playthrough, so...
Well, what kind of look you call that?
Revelio.
Shut up. It's making fun of the way I'm dressed. Got reflection in the mirror, that's kind of cool. If I remember correctly, I did set this up for performance. Grab another apple. So yeah, reflections aren't perfect, but they do exist. It's kind of cool. A lot of games you don't even get that, you know? It's just nothing. But boy, they really like their apples here. So love the moving paintings. The suits of armor will move when you're nearby them. Bits and bobs of magic happening everywhere. A little cake.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
Become a fat Slytherin. Let's meet everybody.
Can I help you? Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
It was dreadful, certainly, but
Yeah, it
quite
was
an
exciting.
experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
It was nice meeting you, Sebastian. I'll let you get back to your book.
Nice meeting you too. Good luck today.
If you do that, you'll lose. Trust me. Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Checkmate.
Told you.
Yep, she's a know-it-all.
They should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you and Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
We handled it. And I think you're underestimating the nature of a dragon. A broom would have been kindling.
Ha, not the way I fly. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
Go for it. That guy's not one for small talk.
I think I heard one.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
It's weird he doesn't look at me.
You're
I'm wondering, is
definitely
he
in the right
blind?
house.
Is there
Do
something
let me know if I
funny
can
with
be of
his
any help
eyes?
as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Is the new 5th year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Fair enough, I'll go see her. Yeah, when I first played, on the initial playthrough, I was wondering, was something glitched out? He wasn't looking at me right. Now I'm wondering, is he blind? Because his eyes are a little funny looking. And when he talked about he heard all the chatter, I don't know. We'll see.
Good
That's
morning.
fine, Professor
I trust you're
Weasley.
ready
There
for
she
your
is.
first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time.
Oh,
Can't
you
believe
know
I'm
it.
here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
Okay, then.
Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but
So that's
what do
a
you mean
really
it will keep
good
track
way.
of what I'm learning?
To set up the collectibles.
Perhaps
I
seeing
like
it in
that.
action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way.
Fair enough.
Revelio!
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. The guide will give you opportunities to practice
All
your
right, there goes
magic
the door.
and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up.
Revelio!
Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
And there we go. Alright, so here we go. Here's how it works. You look in here, and based on certain things, you'll gain rewards. That's cool.
Clever, isn't it?
Just got to complete the field guide,
Keep your
collect
eyes open for
pages and
more
whatnot.
opportunities
Yep,
like
very
that,
clever.
inside and outside of the castle.
Lumos.
I like that you can cast spells anywhere pretty much. Well, not all of them, of course, but or at least not that I know of. Now we'll learn about the fast travel system.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Okay. Select the grand staircase, which is that. Okay. Undiscovered flames. Return to map. Select the library. Perfect. And she unlocked a flue flame for me right here. So it looks like there's tons and tons of fast travel
And
points,
here we
which is
are.
nice. I mean,
Quite the time
I'm going to
saver.
try to
These
avoid
stairs
using them for
lead
the most part in
directly
the
to
beginning of the
Central
game.
Hall.
I want to get around and learn the place.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm sorry,
Of course there is,
afraid
but
that's all there is to it.
I'm not telling you.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Awesome. So yeah, there's a long tutorial, but I think it's handled fairly well. It teaches you everything kind of one step at a time and lets you slowly get into the groove
good to
of
see you,
things. So
Professor.
let's talk to the
And
professor
you.
here.
I was hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable
Fair
as
enough.
you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Alright, so these are main quests. Some are locked by levels and spell requirements, blah blah blah. Okay. So we can do Defense Against the
The
Dark
map
Arts.
is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Okay. So I have Charmed Compass now. This is great. I didn't use this as much as I should have in the very beginning last night when I was doing the live stream. I just really wasn't aware of how powerful it is. You can see we had a little loading screen there, as it just leads you directly to where you want to go. And it's another cool in-game, in-universe way of explaining a feature that's very common in open world games, which is
Revelio.
So can I Revelio you? That doesn't do anything. Okay. Yeah, so it's a great way to explain this kind of a feature and keep you kind of immersed in the game with it, you know? So, totally dig it. Hello, eyeballs. Another flame unlocked, okay. Time for class.
Is that all you've got?
Ginger looks a little nervous.
Professor Hecat!
Ooh.
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters.
No, she's not
very
wrong. Knowledge
little.
is power.
Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to
Well.
defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Alright, so time to learn a new spell. I do love that mechanic. It's so simple
Leviosa.
and silly, but it's pretty cool.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast.
This is it? No?
See how the dummy deflected
sorry.
your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprise. Well done. Very good, but
There we
the
go.
best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Alright, you got it.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
I do enjoy lively duel.
Stupid Protego.
Okay, Slings.
Levioso.
Only one way to lose this adept. Watch your opponent for signs to attack or defend yourself.
Not bad for a
Done
beginner.
deal.
You give as good as you get.
Yeah, facial
I
animations.
put you on the spot,
they're okay.
and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Yes.
Unsanctioned? I don't know. School rules are in place for a reason.
Yes, to keep students in the dark. So many things we're deemed unprepared to know. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance, if you're interested. Till next time.
We'll be there. We will be there. Alright, where is the next quest? Charms class. Oh. I'm not quite finished with this yet. Gotcha. There we go. Alright, so we'll head off to our next class, which is a charm class. Yeah, my first run through, and like I said, I only played 3 hours. It was just the introduction, and it was all tutorial the whole way through, basically. I didn't use this spell properly, and I just kind of wandered aimlessly, which cost me a lot of time. So I should progress a little quicker this time around, knowing
Revelio.
what I know.
Some of us think it's so uneventful to get back to the lesson.
Now, this professor's funny. All the professors I've met so far
behind you
are pretty solid.
There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone?
Page 517. Add those together, you
I'm
get
afraid
13.
it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into
Awkward
pairs and take
silence.
positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Alright, got us Accio.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember...
Damn right.
Potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Alright, so here's where things get a little more challenging with this Accio spell.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Alright, so this is like a little mini game.
Cast Accio on one of the spheres
trick.
and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
Accio. Stop distracting me.
Very good.
Okay.
That's it.
Up to stop. Okay.
Excellent control there.
Perfect. Not too shabby
Very
for a new
good.
guy. Huh?
Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Alright, let's let her go at it. So it looks like she's trying to block me a little bit there.
Splendid!
And let it go a little too soon.
That is how
let's see where
it's
you're
done.
going. Try for a combo here.
Well done.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
All right, last ball. And perfect.
Perfect score. Remarkable.
Yeah. Tighter last night on the first one.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well
Now it's
past
gonna get
interesting
tricky.
at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Here we go!
Gosh, that was a good one. Alright, and...
That's
got her tied.
Watch this. That is how it's done.
Is that how it's done?
Brilliant.
Well, we got her matched again. We're gonna have to pull this one over to the right just a hair. Oh. Alright, so she got 3 in there. Oh, she lost a ball. Or
Not exactly your typical lesson, is it?
looks like we took this one
Get you
too.
back for that.
Uh-huh. No, you won't.
very good,
Awesome.
both of
Much
you.
better this
well
time.
done.
Of course, I was half asleep last night.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio.
Yes, you did.
Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Thank you, but I've been holding my own.
I appreciate your confidence. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Well, it's been nice talking and competing with you.
And with you. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course he does.
Of course. You can use Accio.
A word, if you would.
If you're so inclined.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you
what's that mean?
instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Fair enough. So we got another quest complete. Both of our classes are complete. I think we can check Side quests are now available. Marked with the flags. You do not advance the main story. Okay, so we got side quests available. That's cool. What did I want to go to? This. Here we go. So let's see if there's anything we can get now. We can claim legendary gloves. But not a legendary cape. Okay. Field guide pages. We only have one of two so far, so we can't really do anything on that. Gear-wise, we've got black leather gloves. I thought we want some legendary ones. That's an appearance, though. Maybe we need to use the transmog for that. Face wear. No glasses. Headwear. We'll put on our little hat there. This looks cool. Neckwear. We've got this awful scarf, but why not? And there's our cloak. No offense. Just a level 1, whatever that means. Defense, nothing. Cannot upgrade. Okay, just the basics. And no wand handle, flying mount, or broom as of yet. So we got 215 health, 0 defense, and 0 offense. We're not in a good place there. Inventory screen. Alright, we really have nothing in there. These are our collections. I thought it showed us that we had something in here. I guess not. Felix Felicius. Okay. Challenges, map, quests, all that fun stuff. Perfect. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode of Hogwarts Legacy. Thanks for joining me. As always, Captain Beefy with the Game Vault. We're looking quite dapper now, aren't we? Oh, we took off our cloak. Let's put that back on. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications. I'll be doing these daily. And you can join me as we progress through this story. It looks like a fascinating and fun game. And don't forget to leave a like on the video down below. It's a huge help for me. Greatly appreciated. I'll see y'all next time. Until then, peace.